Мы создаем цифровые решения, меняющие к лучшему настоящее и будущее каждого человека и всей страны. Более 30 лет мы живем и работаем в России. Наша команда насчитывает более 2700 сотрудников, которые объединяют близкие каждому жизненные ориентиры и корпоративные ценности. На сегодняшний день открыто более 25 офисов по всей стране. Компания Барс Групп имеет масштабный опыт реализации IT-проектов практически в каждой из сфер экономики. Для развития глобальной цифровой экосистемы «Экономика данных». Компания сотрудничает с ведущими вузами страны и отраслевыми сообществами, участвует в ключевых IT-событиях, организовывает собственные образовательные мероприятия, направленные на развитие цифровых кадров будущего. Барс Групп. Цифровые решения для роста качества жизни людей. Мы создаем цифровые решения, меняющие к лучшему настоящее и будущее.
We are creating digital solutions, improving for the better the current times and the future of the country. For over 30 years, we are living and working in Russia. Our company is having 1,700 staff that is bringing together people, common values. Over 25 offices opened around the country. Bars Group company has a large-scale IT project implementation experience almost in all departments, areas of economy of data for global ecosystem. The company is cooperating with leading universities of the country, industrial communities, organizing various events, educational programs directed at developing digital staff of the future bars group, digital solutions for improving the quality of life of people. Hello, dear friends. It's 1400 hours, a few seconds left. I believe we can start. Let me introduce myself from the very beginning. My name is Dmitry Shugarev. I am editor-in-chief of Moscow 24 City TV channel. And the topic that we have selected for the roundtable of the cities, the topic of modern urban services, is something that I'm very well familiar with, and I would be curious to listen to and learn about the experiences of cities around Russia, cities from the countries present here, what they are doing, what kind of experiences they are offering, modern, comfortable city services. Welcome to all. Very happy to see you here. Let me mention that we are having quite an important company of participants today from Iran and Turkey, from Uzbekistan, from Kyrgyzstan, others such as India, joining us online. We are coming together for the fifth time in this beautiful city of Kazan, capital of the Republic of Tatarstan, to talk about digital technologies. And every time this conversations, if it might be starting from digital philosophy, but bridging to digital practice, about the fact that digital is not just now part of our daily life, but our daily life not being possible without it. How progressive it is, where we are going, what are the developments we can share with our partners and friends. And for the welcoming address, I'm very happy to pass the word to Deputy Mayor of Kazan, Evgenia Lodvigova. Thank you, Dmitry. Hello, dear colleagues, dear friends. On behalf of the Mayor of Kazan, Elisor Medshin, I'm happy to be welcoming you in our hospitable Kazan. And as Dmitry has mentioned, this roundtable that we are conducting year in, year out is becoming more and more popular. We are very happy to be seeing great diversity of countries and cities present at the roundtable. On top of the countries that Dmitry has mentioned, I would like to welcome colleagues from Moscow, from St. Petersburg, from Novosibirsk, Tyumen, Rostov-on-Don, Tomsk, well, of course, cities from around the Republic of Tatarstan. I'm thanking you for the annual participation in our roundtable. And of course, I am seeing familiar faces in the audience. Very pleased to. Dear colleagues, as the city of Kazan, we have covered quite a distance in the area of digitalization. Back in 2019, we started digitalizing everything related to land communication construction and have that way prepare the foundation necessary for full transformation. 3 years ago, we have set a strategic task to be managing the city based on data. On today, video analytics is helping us to be assuring cleanliness and comfort of the city, organizing comfortable work with housing managing companies, digital channels, our communication, call centers, chatbots, portal for the city, digital services. All of that is, of course, helping us, the city authorities, to be responding to various challenges, and most importantly, responding to requests from the residents. This way, these services are helping us to be among the smart cities of Russia, annually marked by various rating places and awards, and of course, by our residents. We would, of course, be pleased to be sharing this experience today with you and wishing fruitful work to all the participants of the roundtable. Thank you very much, Evgenia Anatolyevna. A brief historic overview. You started speaking about big data. What did you mean back then under big data when that term was developed? I remember back then it was the diversity of data generated on the internet as 170 gigabytes. Now it's like one set of movies download. Nowadays it's petabytes generated annually by one single city. So how can you quickly analyze all that data? Why is that necessary? That's the topic that we have come together to discuss. We would move to listening to all participants of the roundtable. We are having a welcoming address from Kyrgyzstan, the city of Osh, the southern capital of the republic. Deputy Mayor of the city, Zamir Yusupov. Zamir Baishevich, son of Baish. Hello. Hello, dear participants of the roundtable. Dmitry, Evgeny, all the participants, dear colleagues, dear participants and guests of the forum. I'd like to express sincere gratitude for the invitation and the possibility to speak at such an important platform, Kazan Digital Week 2024. I'm welcoming you on behalf of the city of Osh, one of the most ancient and culturally richest centers of the Central Asia, well known by its multi-ethnic composition of its population and unique traditions. Osh today is a dynamically developing city directed at sustainable development and active implementation of advanced technologies. One of the priority dimensions of my work in the position of the Deputy Mayor of Osh is the development and digitalization of urban processes and integration of modern digital technologies, managing municipal assets for the development of city infrastructure. We are confident that digitalization is not just a fashionable trend, but a fundamental tool assuring improving quality, transparency, as well as development of the innovative potential of our city. We are already developing a number of projects directed at automation of processes, managing municipal property, setting up digital environment for monitoring, planning, development of the urban spaces, as well as intellectual systems implementation for managing transport, as well as communal services. The roundtable of today is offering us a unique chance to be exchanging the very best practices, discussing current challenges and prospective solutions directed to the digital transformation of the cities. I'm confident that as part of this forum, our interaction would contribute greatly to the development of sustainable, innovative city systems. Thanks again to the organizers, and sincerely grateful sincerely hoping towards the fruitful cooperation. Thank you very much for your attention. Mr. Yusupov, thank you very much. Greetings to sunny Kyrgyzstan. We would, of course, like to pass. And let us continue here at the plenary of the forum. We have paid attention to the topic. Why is this conversation about digitalization, development of the digital environment, is continuing year in, year out, and is developing specifically in the Republic of Kyrgyzstan? I have paid attention to the fact that data center was the concept of it. I first heard back as a Russia 25 correspondent working in 2013 Summer University here in Kazan. We have paid attention to the way communication is organized, the most important thing for digital development. communication that is happening much quicker today. Previously, you had to spend hours and days, and now that's happening at the flip of a finger. Of course, advanced innovations continue to be implemented into the modern life. Sometimes people are having challenges with catching up, but people are noticing that some things are becoming much simpler to get done. Today with us is an expert in this area and unique opportunity to hear the experience of introducing innovations into life. Kazan has a project product office of urban transformation responsible for a single ecosystem. May I introduce the director of the system, Dmitry Kremlov. Hello, dear participants of the forum. Today I'd like to speak about modern city services, digital city services that are becoming greater and greater part of our daily life. I'd like to pay special attention to these services we were developing over the course of the last 2 years. Of course, I'll be talking about some novelties we have implemented. I won't be covering all the systems in place in Kazan, because otherwise that conversation would have been very long. Well, there is my clicker. We are breaking down the services we offer into three main dimensions. Citizen-oriented ones, services for the business in the center, and then on the right, services for our, say, internal or city-level administrative tasks. Whatever we say, whatever the digital is developing, a telephone conversation is still, telephone call is still continues being one of the main contact elements between the municipal authorities and the resident. Thus, a few years ago, 3 to be exact, we moved all telephony into modern solutions. We have developed city-level IP telephony. We have moved 2,300 staff and 47 departments. Over this period, we have received 2.5 million incoming calls, and we started using AI, assessing the quality of the conversation of our staff with residents after 2 years of certain types of work with our citizens. We reached to the level of 73% satisfaction with the interaction they went through. Having assessed last year the statistics of the 6 largest divisions that have received 350,000 calls, we have seen that almost 53% of calls did not reach the call operator. And that's not the call operator that is responsible. He might have been away from the workstation. He might be engaged with a meeting or doing some other work. Whilst, of course, for the residents, it's a stress point. First thing, when you are interacting with some large distributed systems, such as city executive structure, 47 divisions, very large structure, whenever you are trying to resolve the challenge you're having at hand, first of all, you're trying to figure out where to call. Having figured out where to call, you quite often are getting to the wrong specialist. That's causing some negativity in a person's head. It's inconvenient for the staff whenever you're receiving a phone call of the resident and that's not your specialty. You can't just put the phone down. You're trying to help the resident, and because you're trying to be human, but unwittingly you might give them wrong consultation. In that sense, the only solution is to have a good call center to collect large knowledge base, develop certain standards, the scripts for interaction fine-tune quick responses. Digital telephony allows to do that. And of course, develop robots for the simplest situation that would be quickly responding to people correctly. Next contact point of residents with the authorities is Internet Portal, Municipal Self-Governance. We are having a wonderful portal, kazin.ru, but that's an official portal of the city, and that is done in that SLED, written in official language. 2 years ago, we have created a Telegram bot, My Kazan, for some related to questions for various improvement of amenities. Residents had a chance of quickly respond, get in touch with us, get quick feedback. We are categorizing responses the way it was convenient and comfortable for residents. And over 2 years of work, we have processed over 40,000 requests in the bot, but we understood that's not enough. Large city is generating great many questions in the residents' head related to their daily life and behavior, and we understood that we have to reconsider the type of interaction with the person, with the resident, the citizen we are running. After that, we have developed the My Kazan human-centric portal. We have presented it officially today at our stand. We are officially launching this operation today, which is beginning from the interests of the resident. First, what's happening around you in the city, in your home, in your courtyard, in your district, then in the district of the city, and then in the whole of the city, like a cascade, multi-layers set of events that might be of interest. On top of that, it's of giving you an access to detailed information about those who are close to you by letting the system know where are your, say, parents or other people you are guardians for, etc. We are changing the conversation style immediately, trying to identify what the event that's taking place, what is it going to be about, who would be benefiting of this most, and if it's cost something, then how does it cost. Getting the targeted notification, and of course not destroying, not changing the existing systems. We are integrating with the existing services in order to keep people in the environment. We are bringing businesses into this interaction with the residents, demonstrating to them what services are being offered around them by whatever services. On top of that, the platform will have great many additional services. It would not be directed at interacting with the resident only about their day-to-day life challenges. One of the services, something that works for over 2 years now, is Art Prospect. That's organizing the activities of street artists. There are plenty of them in large cities. This one allows the performer to organize convenient schedule, and those who like the performances of the specific performer can generate a schedule of their performances throughout the place. Next is the open data portal of the city, something we are dedicating great attention to. It will be built around the open data work services in line with international standards. We would be having various approaches, passportization, etc., with open city data, but most importantly, we want to engage businesses and residents into the work with this available data sets for them to be able to see what data is being provided to them by the city, for them to be developing the various services, but the other way as well, so that they would be adding and uploading their data, enriching our big city data. Next segment I'd like to look at would be services for the businesses, and in here I'm looking at urban development and construction services, some of the most challenging type of activities, and in here we are having novelties for our business people. Thanks to the fact that we are having one of the richest geoinformation systems around Russia. Something that we have been filling by data related to not just to the urban aspects and land plots, etc., but also related to all the adjacent divisions and departments. All that is giving a large amount of access to the residents about the land plot, about the overall territory they're living in, all the requirements, various burdens or additional elements where they're living, using. That might be seem enough for the citizens, the resident, but the developers, they never have enough. This year we are completing the system for the developers. We have brought together over 400 different types of spatial data, something that you can not only take a look at, but you can integrate and analyze it. You can see that as layers on the map. You can, of course, get it in a certificate forms. That's something that decision makers are used to, and they can get it. This year we've completed the erection of the 3D model of the city. It's based on the high-quality aero photo data, digital model of the landscape, as well as panoramic photos of over 2,000 kilometers of city streets. The panoramic photography was done with laser scanning. That's allowed us to develop quite a detailed model of surrounding city space.
And due to the fact that this platform is already launched today, there appeared new service for the designers. You can set the object designed by you directly into the environment on the current relief and understand how your designed object appears in the city. The formats and standards of the objects of the spatial models are published, and in the nearest future they will be understandable for the designers how to have this data. Next is the services for a city, our internal tasks. I would especially emphasize the staff problem, which exists everywhere. Staff is the most important in work of every large organization, and the mayor's office is a very large structure. And we implemented a digital platform Pulse, developed by the Sber Corporation. We were the first in Russia who placed it into the state body. And it's not just the staff platform. It is a real system which makes it possible to develop your staff, to increase their skills, and to see the most important, how the employee is growing in the organization, what capabilities he or she has, and what preferences he or she has. The next sphere of our work, very important for every city, is of course the improvement of the environment. We all walk along streets, and the cleanness of the streets is very important for us. Information system CitySoft is an intellectual system of surveillance of the city with 35 mobile and 68 stationary cameras, makes it possible to video monitor the city in the cyclic regime. Analytics, who has been working, there were 5 analytics. In 24, there were 4 other analytical criteria. And we have learned to reveal a lot of incidents every day. So the numbers here are not unique incidents. These are hundreds and thousands of events which are related to the pitches in the railway, the road signs, snow. We have learned to define the amount of snow on the roads. The system can make a mistake very rarely, and the probability is very low. we have found that last winter, when we have a lot of snow, the average amount of snow was 58%. But this does not testify that the roads were all covered with snow. No, on half of the roads there was no asphalt. So this is the system how to assess the cleanness when a camera can see asphalt. And the average time of snow removal when the amount of snow is less than 30%, took 21 hours for our communal services. We think this to be very a good indicator because a year ago it was more than 30 hours. More than 100 pits are fixed by the system. And when in 2024 we introduced this service in garbage trucks who go to the yards, the number of pits increased 3 times. The light fixtures without light, we now understand where there are light fixtures which cannot be in operation for 90 days. But all services which must maintain their operation and quality try to remove all these faults in time. Another interesting service, which and we use light stands for this. I think it exists everywhere because in all city they just glue the announcement on the light fixtures. Every fifth light fixture is dirty because of this glued announcement. Well, the garbage dumps. We not just look at the garbage container, we can see that the garbage is just thrown all over. A very interesting practice of this year, when we learned how to find the trucks which transport sand and other or soil with not covered, because according to our rules, the truck should be covered so that the soil is not going down to the road. And this system in 2 months revealed more than 6,000 violations, and we fined them for 21 million rubles. Now we are teaching the AI to work with advertisements, with billboards. We define the condition of the billboards, the verticality of these billboards. Unfortunately, quite often they are not standing vertically, and the conditions, of course, of the stops, of the public transport stops. I hope very much that today the speakers will tell us about interesting practices which exist in their cities. And we will be able also to discuss the prospects of development of city services in the future, which, as I think, will be based on predictive analytics of the big city data which are being formed right now, on intellectual digital helpers, and Moscow is one of the leaders in this direction. I think they will tell us very interesting things about that. And of course, as I think the technologies of augmented and virtual reality will be also used in city control and will help us to make the control more qualitative. Thank you. Thank you, Dmitry Alexandrovich. A very interesting topic, especially in the context of development of 3D city models. 3D city, historical city models with communications, as Evgenia Anatolyevna said, are seen to people which live in the city for a long time. How difficult it was to can you tell us how difficult it was to develop this? And how many layers did you manage to use? We have been collecting the data for 5 years to make a very close image of 3D model, very close to the digital twin. It is just 3D model, not a digital twin. If you have seen the video, unfortunately, because of limitations imposed on the drone flights, we didn't manage to make a photo of the facade. We will do this. We will do this as soon as it is possible to use the drones. Thank you very much. Let's listen to the experience of the country, which is very interesting for me because I have been there for several times. It is Iran. Hoshamadid. Did I pronounce it correctly? We are having here with us Mayor of Kerman, Mohsen Tayrakanibari, the Chief Inspector in Questions of Economy of Iran. We are very happy to welcome you in our company, in the city of Kazan, and it is my pleasure to give the floor to you.
به نام خدا خانم ها آقایان سلام من محسن
I am Mohsen Arkani, the mayor of Inkerman. Welcome you, dear ladies and gentlemen. Before giving my presentation, I would like to express my gratitude to Reverend Mayor of City of Kazan, Surmechin, and all his colleagues for their help. It is my second time in the wonderful city of Kazan. First, I was at the meeting of the Association of BRICS Plus, which took place on the 21st, 24th June in this year. And today, at the Kazan Digital Week and the Round Table of the Cities. Kerman province is the largest province of Iran, with Kerman as its capital city, which is located on the east-south of Iran and is considered to be the largest province of Iran. Such famous Iranian or Persian poets were there, Hoja Karmani, famous writers Ibrahim Bastani Kharizi, Hoshank Maradi Kermani, as well as a son, a brave son of the Iranian people, great General Qasim Soleimani, who perished protecting all people of the world. Dear participants, today Kerman has 7 sites of the UNESCO Heritage List, including Bam Citadel, Prince Mohammed's Garden, the mountain village Maimant, and in the city of Babak, Fortress Rayman, Lut Desert, and others. According to this indicator, Kerman takes the first place in Iran. It is not the first oil export for several years, and the largest exporter of figs and pistachios from Iran. Archaeologists and the world call the Kerman province the cradle of civilization because of the number of historical monuments, some of which are related to ancient times, such as civilization, Halaru civilization, historical Bam Citadel, Big Market of Kerman, Jabaliya, Kupola, and others. One of the tourist attractions of Kerman is the Aerospace Museum Sirasa Zoo, which has monuments, most part of which represent awards of Russia in the space sphere in the last 60 years. On the top of that, the presence of oil mines in Syrzhany, copper deposits in Zersanjan, which, according to the experts, are considered to be one of the richest and pure copper mines in the world. Kerman is famous as a paradise of Iranian mines. It is considered one of the specialties of economy of Kerman. But an important question is the creation of smart city. Currently, more than half of the population of the world live in cities, and it is expected that by 2050, this number will reach 70%. Urbanization despite great achievements of the humankind, brought questions and problems, solutions of which, despite huge scientific achievements, was related with many mishaps. So, cities in their essence encounter large-scale problems which are interrelated and can be solved only by a systematic approach. As a result, city builders all over the world are trying to present models of the development of the cities of the 21st century to give response to the demands of the modern world using the complex viewpoint on all aspects of urbanization. The main tendencies inspiring cities to use of smart approaches are: first, quick urbanization; second, influence of cities on the environment; third, economic crisis; fourth, demographic changes; and fifth, achievements in ITC. UNICEF in 2014 said the following about smart cities. A smart city is the city which has new digital technologies and where there are digital civilizations, and information must be accessible to all people, to all residents of the city, as well as to provide all services in the city to satisfy residents of the city. And currently, take into account that services in the city operations are competitive, at the same time guarantee compatibility and satisfaction of the demands of the residents. Smart city is a city where the process of developing of sustainability of social economic spheres is quickened, which satisfies the principle of sustainable development. Next indicator of smart city, it can be named in the following 6 points, which I propose. First, smart economy, smart citizen, smart management, smart mobility, smart environment, and smart life. Summarizing, we can single out 3 columns of the smart city: the foundation of basic technologies, including communication infrastructure and data collection, such as optical network, geographical sensors, and geographical databases. The apps, including tools for analysis of the collected data, and various apps using the processed information, and the level of the users includes beneficiaries who use the tools and apps. From this point of view, their correspondence to 2 main things, I represent some important measures which were taken in the sphere of development of smartness in the municipality of Kerman. First, development of the infrastructure for providing electronic services to residents, which is named Integrated Platform of City Services, My Kerman. Automation of processes due to launching of more than 20 program infrastructures. Development of the singled-out infrastructure from the fiber optic communication, which is more than 100 kilometers long, aerial photo and a map of the boundaries of the city of Kerman, development of intellectual smart city infrastructure of the control of the spatial information based on the city geological information system, collection, integration, and renovation of the location of the city of Kerman, collection and analysis of city data for development of the city information panels, development of the infrastructure for surveillance and of safety of the traffic of the smart city, development of intellectual system of management of city parking, infrastructure of informational and communicational technologies. What we have done already in Kerman to become a smart city is just the first step, and our efforts are focused on development of the system of collection and processing communication, such as fiber optic network and geographical sensors of data. An important problem which encounter is that we cannot ignore mishaps of the smart city development. Our experience demonstrates that the level of participation and confidentiality of citizens, as well as the people being afraid of collecting large amount of data about them, is one of the important tasks which needs to be solved. They must work together to solve these questions. Cooperation and coordination between different public bodies must strengthen the trust of the community. Another problem is high cost on implementation of the smart city, which is one of the main factors hampering achievement of this task in many cities.
Today, many cities of the world are ahead of us by the level of smartness. Of course, there are plenty of cities that are either at the same level with Kerman or possibly behind us. And the event we are attending now, Kazan Digital Week, organized by Kazan municipality, all the 5 years of experience they have allocated, plus the great potential that the Breaks Plus Association is giving to us, might end up being an effective connecting link between the developed and the developing cities to assure exchange of experiences, sharing new technologies related to this smart city phenomenon, as well as, of course, promoting and inviting other cities to be joining this movement, those that have not yet done anything. In this sense, I would propose to continue running a targeted all-year-round program in this dimension. I would propose that important issues of smart municipal services to be identified and them to be dedicated some specific issues, say by quarter, with the participation of the members, and make sure that annually the achievements of previous year should be, say, presented during Kazan Digital Week or whatever other event would be found appropriate, so that way we would be tracking the progress and assuring the advancement. Well, keeping in mind that the quarterly organization of such things would require costs, and that might be possibly that every city cannot afford such an extra burden, I believe we can be running such things on a rotationary basis. Some cities be it with personal participation or remote participation, also discussing various needs of be it hosting city and the participating ones. And in the concluding part of my presentation, I would like to to add, ladies and gentlemen, we know that use of new technologies can improve the quality of life, increasing the effectiveness of urban services. We know that we can use intellectual technologies for optimal energy use, engaging renewables, as well as developing various intellectual public transportation systems that are based on the actual needs on behalf of the citizens, using that very same approaches for traffic management, for lowering exhaust or other exhaust gases, other garbage, waste, as well as variously promoting use of these opportunities so that we, humanity, will reestablish the harmony, friendship with the environment and the land, so that us and our children and future generations will be passing life to every next generation in a much better state than we found. It's important that it's our responsibility, be it for cities, for areas and countries surrounding us, especially the cities that are not yet familiar with the concept of smart city services, but which have potential opportunities allowing to help greater number of people around to be enjoying better quality of life. Possibly these things are not defined at the national level as national tasks, but we shouldn't be ignoring the fact that the city, whatever we live in, and no matter how smart it is, we would not be having the best opportunities for our potential development unless cities that are surrounding us are also developing and are not poor and not having a low capacity. In that sense, it's both human as well as economically reasonable action. Let me quote Saadi, who in poetry stating that all humans are like parts of one single body, who are all jewels of pearls of common creation, and that way whenever neighboring jewels are useful, everybody is becoming greater. Thank you for your patience. Sir, you have a wisely noted number of things that the sustainable development we are going towards should be also happening in on an equal level, because we are not building just one single smart city. We are looking at scaling and offering these opportunities to everybody around the country, so that all the citizens would have the opportunity to use services we are talking about. And one more element that you have mentioned, the concern of people, residents, related to data collection, processing of great amounts of data. That concern is part of every society. And as a person observing these processes for quite a while, I feel that this is very much related to the transparency of the measures that are being undertaken, as well as informedness of the people about the measures that are being done, as well as about what the state and the municipal leadership is doing in this regard. That way, there would be no problems on the resident side, concerns, because they would know that whatever is being done is done for their benefit, is human-centric, as we call it. Thank you very much, sir. And we continue being familiarized with Iranian practices. We are welcoming Mr. Khoshyar Yaqub, the mayor of Tabriz, who is over video, connected with us over video. Very happy to be giving the floor to you, sir. Do you hear us, sir?
It's my tremendous privilege to express sincere greetings of mine and sophisticated citizens of ancient city of Tabriz, the Islamic Republic of Iran. With great pleasure, first of all, I'd like to congratulate my dear brother, Mr. Ilshur Metshin, the Honorable Mayor of the beautiful city of Kazan, high-ranking officials of the Republic of Tatarstan, colleagues and guests upon holding Kazan Digital Week Forum. As you are informed, the rapid transformation of global cities into dynamic cities by using modern systems and smart tools in urban management and providing modern and optimal urban services to citizens require a change in the old approaches in the urban infrastructure management, the output of which is to improve the people's living standards and the welfare of the citizens of every city. Increasing the efficiency of urban services with the development of modern urban services provides a beautiful environment for residents. Modern urban services are increasingly reliant on digital transformation to enhance efficiency, improve citizen engagement, and promote sustainability. The key areas and solutions for achieving digital transformation in urban services are as follows. 1. Smart infrastructure, IoT integration. Sensors and smart devices in the infrastructure, for example roads and bridges, should be implemented to monitor conditions in real time and facilitate predictive maintenance. Smart grids. Digital technology would be better to be used to manage energy distribution efficiently, integrating renewable energy sources and reducing waste. Intelligent transportation systems. Real-time traffic management systems are deployed to use data analytics to optimize traffic flow and reduce congestion. Mobility as a service, MaaS app. Integrated platforms should be created to allow users to plan, book, and pay for multiple modes of transport, public transit, ride shares, bike rental through a single app. 3. Public safety. Data analytics for crime prevention. It would be fruitful to utilize big data and AI to analyze crime patterns and allocate resources effectively, enhancing community safety. Emergency response systems. Implementation of digital communication tools can streamline coordination among emergency services and improve response times. 4. Waste management. Smart waste bins. Sensors in waste bins can be used to monitor field levels and optimize collection routes, reducing costs and environmental impact. Recycling initiatives. Apps should be used to educate citizens about recycling practices and incentivize participation through rewards programs. 5. Citizen engagement. Digital platforms for feedback, online platforms or mobile apps can be created where citizens can report issues, provide feedback, and engage in decision-making processes. E-government services. Access to government services should be streamlined through digital platforms, allowing citizens to apply for permits, pay taxes, and access information online. 6. Healthcare services. Telehealth solutions. We should expand access to healthcare through telemedicine platforms that connect patients with providers remotely. Health data analytics. Data and analytics would be better to be used to track public health trends and allocate resources effectively. 7. Environmental sustainability. Smart water management. Digital monitoring systems can be implemented for water usage and quality, promoting conservation and efficient management. Urban green spaces, GIS, and data analytics are used to plan and manage urban green spaces, effectively enhancing biodiversity and community well-being. 8. Data security and privacy. Robust cybersecurity measures. Strong cybersecurity protocols establishment can protect sensitive data collected from citizens and infrastructure. Transparent data policies. Clear policies should be deployed on data usage, ensuring that citizens are informed about how their data is collected and utilized. In addition, the measures taken by the Tabriz municipality in the field of smartening and digital transformation, which will be taken into consideration in the future planning of the Tabriz administration, are as follows. Smartening. In the field of urban development, citizen participation to remote citizens' references and access through smart and electronic systems. Tabriz app is to provide various services for citizens' access to public services, which is being upgraded. Implementation of over 220 kilometers of optical fiber and another 600 kilometers for the access of citizens to the fiber optical network and the development of the digital businesses. The establishment of a smart building is an urban management project in an advanced stage, and its purpose is to focus on urban smartness and provide data-oriented services for urban complexes. Benefiting from artificial intelligence software to manage traffic and traffic lights and create access for citizens to manage travel with city-wide cameras. Using Behroob software to collect citizens' waste from their homes in a segregated manner with the help of crisis management and the fire department. Smartening in the field of crisis management and firefighting to inform about events and accidents in less than 4 minutes with the artificial intelligence. Smartening to control energy consumption, especially water and electricity, which is important in urban management with drip irrigation and smartening optical structures. Problems. This rail change from the traditional to modern methods has caused friction arising from citizens' lack of familiarity with the new technologies, causing a need for the public training on them. The use of different technologies in cities and the lack of integration of these technologies are important obstacles. In conclusion, it seems that sharing the experiences in the cities of the world can speed up the people's use of these facilities and also solve some global problems, especially associated with the environment, climate problems and issues related to citizenship rights, plus tackling economic, investment and energy challenges, which are important issues of urban management. Thank you very much, everybody, for your attention.
We are grateful to Mr. Jakub Khoshyar for this video presentation. We once again have spoken about the fact that the human should know about the process taking place, how their life is changing. They should be feeling that their life is becoming simpler. They do not need to be wasting time on the processes for the process for which they were spending hours and sometimes days. And we have been discussing questions related to the safety of road traffic. There was this objective, and it is still there: zero mortality on the roads, until the very moment when it would not become clear to potential infringers that the fine and punishment for breaking the traffic rules is inevitable because of the AI cameras working day and night, without that understanding that any offense is going to be followed by punishment. Until then, the people and the residents would not be having this feeling of safety. But thanks to the access to information technologies, I believe that informing people about the fact that this is how digital technology is being developed nowadays, would be an important contributing factor as well. Well, a long-time partner of Tatarstan is, as is well known, is Uzbekistan. Great many joint projects with Tashkent are being run by the city of Kazan. A lot of things Kazan has learned from Uzbekistan and vice versa. Of course, Tashkent learned from Kazan as well. We are very happy to be welcoming Alexei Hen, Deputy Mayor of Hakim, Mayor of the Tashkent City, Head of the Digital Development Department of Uzbekistan. Alexei Fedorovich is with us online. Happy to welcome you. Hello, dear participants of the forum. May I welcome all of you on behalf of Tashkent. Unfortunately, we're unable to travel ourselves physically, but modern technologies are allowing us to be taking part in the event online. I'll be brief. I'd like to demonstrate the work of our flagship services, of the way we are interacting with a population. I would be screen sharing. Just a second. May I hope that you have started seeing my screen. In 2021, we've launched the service, which is called Halt Nazarati, which is called Popular Control, is translation. What the service does is it's allowing us to have feedback from the population, as well as allowing the residents to be tracking the implementation of changes related to claim services. Such services are available in other cities, but along its course of development, it turned into an ecosystem. Let me describe briefly the way it works, and then I'll go to the main segment. We've broken that down into a number of topics: my home, my road, trade, catering, and commerce, public spaces, accessible environment, etc. Each one of them is having subtopics, and a person can access to the mayor's office and get feedback, and most importantly, whether the request was satisfactorily closed. This is being tracked by the resident themselves, and if some city services did not perform up to the expectations, they can return their request for re-implementation. May I demonstrate the way this looks like? The moderator side, we are seeing here various requests that have been received. May I demonstrate this, how it actually works? Let me open the application itself. That's how it looks like. People are doing 3 steps. They are getting a photo, geotagging if necessary, a comment, and then filing into the system. It takes, I would say, 20-30 seconds. That can be done using your mobile app quickly. A person might be taking a photo saying that such and such a tree has dried out, requesting it's moved. In 7 days, there is a report. People, amenities, cities, services are getting this done. A photo report, a person is saying 5 stars, happy, satisfied. That means this request closed. We are also having call center. It's number 1055, communal services related call center. We have integrated it into Halt Nazarati, and this is now serving as an integrated service.
We also assigned a special person who is working with all social media. All questions raised in social media, they are going to this service where they can communicate with the residents. Then there is an integration with communal services, and we send residents various information about accidents or other things which are related to the electricity outage or the water supply interruption and so on. So here, for example, there is a blackout in this region. Or here, the hot water supply has been stopped. What else would I like to tell you? There is an interesting case when a person with unstable psychic sent about 1,000 requests. We have analyzed all them, and all his requests were quite adequate. Everything was okay. We just talked to the doctors, and doctors said that, on the contrary, this person, due to the service, becomes healthier, better. He feels that he's bringing some good for the community, so we are supporting him. And the person feels himself good in this respect. What do we do to the data coming to this service? Because there are a lot of various data coming here. So this is our geoinformation system. In 2022, we had very cold winter, -25, which is not normal. And people started using electricity, heating devices, and so on. We gathered all complaints related to this whole cold season. It was in January. We made a heat map, and there were various accidents, but taking this information into account, the mayor's office was ready to the situation. After having marked all accidents, all emergencies, we can see that the measures taken were a correct one. Yes, the residents were complaining, but the communal services were working in advance. The next part is ranking. What is ranking? In Tashkent, there are 12 districts, and every 3 minutes we renew the ranking. It is an open ranking. We mark such parameters as implementation of the request, plus there is such a parameter which is called just, writing out. When a person is not satisfied with the work done by this or that request, then it goes to another point, and if the district gets 1 score for an implemented request, it has -2 for unimplemented request. Here are outdated requests. They also make the ranking to go down. So now we can see the real picture. And what does this ranking give? It is an open access ranking. A population can see it. For example, let's look at the region in the center. Here we can see what the region must do to become among the top list. It has 146 outdated requests, more than 1,500 implemented requests, and here is the status of the deputy mayor in communal services and deputy mayor in construction. We can see their workload. We can see how many outdated requests they have, and at the same time we can see all services which are connected to the system, how they work, their workload. Look at the red lines. Which show that if the city administration help them in this or that kind of the way, so the ranking shows us which service works properly and which service works bad, and which service needs support in this respect. And due to this ranking, not only the city administration, but also the population can see their work and help them. Because ranking is also published every week in the mass media. We can see this in social media as well. Alexey Fyorovich, if I may, a question. First of all, one remark related to the annotation. You can see, Smart City Moscow. Now we're speaking about Tashkent. This is our mistake. Could you please tell me, did you carry out research on which age groups submit most requests? Yes, we have analytics concerning the age groups. Majority of the people who submit requests is from 25 to 45 years, but there are also people who are 70 plus years old. To register there, you have to show your passport data to avoid anonymous messages. From 25 to 40, this matches to the studies of theory of generations. And this shows and illustrates the fact that the most advanced users of the city are not young people. These are people who are 25, 40 years old. Those who are not indifferent to the city. And I would like to remind you, according to the study of the theory of generations, young people, and for whom all large cities are struggling to attract them to live there, they can see the problem, they don't like it, and they leave the city. We will have to deal with this. And this must be city services who will have to work with this request. Alexey Fedorovich, thank you very much for joining us. Once again, I would like to, this is Deputy Mayor of Tashkent City, head of the Digital Development Department. Let's go further. Now we have already represented Moscow Smart City. You have seen it. It was just a digital mistake. I would like to give the floor to Dmitry Antoev, counselor to the head of Moscow City Department of Information Technologies. Moscow is an exporter of city building and digital skills. Please, Dmitry Vladimirovich, the floor is yours. Good afternoon, colleagues. I would like to express my gratitude, first of all, to the organizers for the opportunity to make a presentation at the Round Table of Mayors. It has become a good tradition to discuss main trends of the development of smart cities and main directions of the movement of our branch on the sidelines of the Kazan Digital Forum. It is especially gratifying to see the growing presence of international colleagues, as the topic is related to all countries, including BRICS Plus countries, and that's why we would be happy to share our experience of Moscow, and to talk about modern city services. First of all, why smart city? We're sure that it's not possible to manage any modern city without digital technologies. Moscow is a large, dynamic polis. It has 11 million residents, more than 50 million people, take into consideration guests and migration, high dynamic of transport and flows, high load on informational infrastructure, communication infrastructure. That's why it is possible to control megapolis only with the help of the smart city. Moreover, the smart city is not just digitalization of separate cities, spheres like construction, healthcare. Smart city is the sphere, because when the resident lives in the city, he encounters all problems of social economic development of the city. That's why in Moscow we implement a complex program of implementation of digital technologies in all branches of the life of the city. It is the development of new services in healthcare and education, in city finances, development of business. In all spheres, we create systems and efficient tools for managing the city. We, as the Department of the Information Technologies of Moscow, implement more than 300 digital projects every year. In fact, we are the only center of competencies or skills in digitalization of the city. Other departments For example, the Department of Housing, Utilities Sector, or Construction Department are functional ordering customers. They tell us which functional they need in their branch, what do they need to correct the management model. After this, we implement this together with them. Thus, we provide the architectural and technological integrity of the IT landscape of Moscow. And only in this way it is possible to correlate and coordinate interaction between different platforms. We had a vast experience in development of a smart city, and we are ready to share this experience with other cities, regions, and even with other countries. Speaking about modern city services, I can say that we are proud of our portal Mosru. It is a single window of interaction of residents with the city. In fact, in portal has more than 20 services in online format. Every life situation the resident of the modern city encounters with can be solved in a very convenient e-format for him. Every life situation can be solved from any part of Russia at any time from any device. According to our estimations, the transfer of services into the e-services takes about 2 days a year. Our Mosru services are very popular. More than 4 billion requests or users of these services, and more than 2 million times people go there. Besides unclear state services or getting an appointment to the doctor or being enrolled into the circles or to transfer meters data, there are unique, valuable online services for Moscow, such as the services which show that the smart city must take care of its residents. This is the main idea of the smart city, to create a comfortable environment and to take care of any person, no matter what his or her status is. For example, the public transport passengers, the patient, a doctor, parents of school children, businessman, entrepreneur, just a person who is walking along the street and is in the city environment. We should take care of each of them. Due to these valuable services, which create a special integrity or community of residents of the inner polis, I would like to call it the service of disposing unnecessary things. It is quite clear for every person who lives in a residence to replace a fridge, a cooker, to dispose old furniture. But in this life situation, a person encounters with a lot of difficulties to find people who will remove this old appliances or furniture. What did we do in Moscow? We reorganized this service, and a person can leave a request on the portal, and the planned time, there is a special contractor with porters and with a car which remove this garbage, furniture or devices. Part of the things are taken for free. Sometimes you have to pay for the construction waste, for example. And then they dispose it either for recycling or other ways of disposal. First, it is the support of the market of recycling. Then a resident doesn't have to look or to search for a contractor. And the city understands that old fridge will not find itself somewhere in the river or on the road shoulder. It will be recycled. It will be ecologically recycled. It is a clear, understandable service because it understands problems of the residents of the inner polis, and it makes it comfortable for all links of the development of the city. Much has been said about ecosystem and feedback. In fact, it is a very important system for the smart city because this is the main asset of the smart city, and residents are helpers of the city bodies in all spheres of city development. We have a lot of portals of feedback, and we are proud of the ecosystem we developed. For example, there's the Prot Our City. It uses a similar scheme as I have told about, as Alexey Fedorovich told, and as other people told us. But it is important not just to take a signal from the residents. It is important to take care of it, because the city is a management system. Smart city is a solutions which are taken by all people who are involved in functioning or city operation. From the managerial point of view, what is important? The simple matrix, where there are just points. So, for example, the people who are responsible for polyclinic, for parkings, for boulevards, for yards, for social facilities, and the lines are kinds of violations. And on the cross section of these types, there is a term. This is a matrix which is used by the administration of the city. And as soon as there is a request from a resident in a problem in some sphere at some facility, this problem must be solved at a fixed time. No matter whom this object belongs to, there can be some other things. If there is a problem related to certain problems of the city, it must be solved. Naturally, the smart city can just stay on its place. But the next step in the development of smart city is the implementation of the AI technologies. In Moscow, now there are more than 90 projects which use AI technologies in all spheres of the city development. This is the city of taking the medical decision, computer vision for tomography, X-ray visualization, intellectual transport systems, which in fact help to manage the traffic in a huge metropolis. The voice help in contact center and detection of objects. The artificial intelligence helps us to work better with big city data. We have already spoken about large data. Big data must be used. If big data are not used, then it is just storage of information for the sake of the information. Big data must help to make decisions, and it is AI which works to make decisions. And the last slide is the digital twin of Moscow. I like to tell about it because it is a project which combines all three main elements of the smart city. Digital twin is a model of Moscow where we used aerial photos. The digital twin has more than 5,000 layers of data, and it is regularly used by the administration of the city to make managerial decisions. It has all elements of the smart city. These are smart data collected by the city, because without this data there would be no digital twin. And the most important are managerial decisions. If using the digitalization, if the decision is not taken based on the data, they are less efficient than they could be. In conclusion, I would like to say we are ready to share the experience of Moscow. There are very many interesting projects, and if I tell about all of them, we will take all the time. We think that together with smart cities of Russia and colleagues from other cities, we must come to a common understanding what a smart city is. For example, smart city of BRICS plus of Eurasian. Thank you very much for your attention.
Indeed, Dmitry Vladimirovich, thank you very much. And a short complement on top of the static layers in 3D model of the city. There are dynamic layers changing every minute. And that once again, the city administration allows tracking and redirecting and regulating the work of the urban services, the communal machines that are working every second. Thank you very much. We are having another smart city to join us. That's Novosibirsk, and with us is the deputy mayor of this wonderful city, Mr. Evgeny Papantanopoulos. Yes, the floor is yours. Also up to 5 minutes, please. Thank you, dear colleagues. Thank you very much for the chance to speak, share experiences, speak about our own achievements, and share what colleagues are talking about. As part of my presentation, I would like to be talking about the project that is being implemented in Novosibirsk for quite a while. It's called My Novosibirsk. It's transforming the services meant for the work of the municipality and the citizens. It's I chose number of services, 28 industrial services, 500 staff working on them, 45,000 active users working with them. One of the functions is public spaces. We have digitized public spaces of Novosibirsk, mapping them, specifically trees, benches, stairways, cultural facilities, and for each of those elements, the characteristics are there. Inspectors can photograph those objects, update data as part of the park or separate territory, do the inventarization and passportization, all the data about this facility, why that's how it looks like, so that citizens understand how this will be developing. The service code Nakaz избирателей, or the demands, requests, expectations of your electors. That's a service that helps to track both the promises of the municipal councillors or regional parliamentarians, as well as what they promised, what they requested, what they promised, how it's being implemented. This service is accounting for property, and here we are working with various advertisement boards and other elements. The advertisement boards are important. That's taxes therefrom are contributing to the budget of Novosibirsk. We are looking at the formats, who it's owned by, shapes are changed, sizes, etc. This is immediately reflected, and respective corrections are being done. Various informational pillars are also there, who owns respective pillars, etc. The toll system is one of the unique systems of Russia. The cemeteries of Novosibirsk are now digitized. All the data about the specific burial sites are in the system. It's a convenient system for residents, for them to find a placement of burials of their relatives. Secondly, this mechanism helps the planning of respective areas for burials, more effective use of spaces. In this case, it's municipal service. This very slide demonstrates the way respective segments are being planned for operation. Disconnection services. Our system is collecting data about non-provision of water, electricity, gas, etc. At the moment, information is typed in manually, and that is causing some delays in data reflection, but we are now working with the providers so that that data will be pumped into the system automatically. We can, of course, be communicating that data to the residents through push notifications. This mechanism is also actively used by internal services for internal control of the schedule of connection, disconnection, repairs, etc. Digged up spaces is another element of important elements for any municipality. One thing is to open up the ground, the other thing is to make sure that you cover, and then whatever infrastructure was there keeps on working. We are tracking the planned and unplanned changes. Inspectors are tracking all these systems, current state of the facility, to speed up the contractors, to make sure that everything is done on time. And one of the projects being run at Mine Portal is upkeep of the city territories. We are breaking down every street by sidewalks, lawns, pre-home territories in each of those plots. Per district is being marked for the type of works that can be done there. Because sometimes when you are reading the reports of communal services, you are seeing strange things about areas they have worked on or the amount of garbage they have removed. And it's difficult to assess whether this is true or not. And we are trying to create a proper dashboard that will be reflecting. Now we are making sure that the data will be provided into our system by the respective service providers, plus Kazan's Datasoft system would be helping us with AI support for verification of respective services. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, Mr. Evgeny Vladimirovich. Let's move now to India. And for the first time, we are having the mayor of Anantapur, Mr. Mohammed Wasim Salim. The attention on screen. Hello, sir.
City leaders and participants of the Kazan Digital Week, a warm good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum. It's a privilege, a part of this esteemed forum representing the city of Anantapur from Andhra Pradesh, India, to share our journey in digital transformation and the innovative use of modern technologies in urban services. In today's rapidly evolving world, cities must adapt to complex urban challenges, and I am excited to present how Anantapur, along with Andhra Pradesh state, is embracing these advancements to improve the quality of life of our citizens. Modern urban services in Anantapur and Andhra Pradesh in India. Our city and state have been at the forefront of implementing smart data-driven solutions. In Anantapur, we are leveraging a range of AI-driven technologies that are making a tangible difference in how our services are delivered. Smart water management. IoT sensors are used to monitor water distribution, ensuring efficient usage and minimizing wastage in drought-prone region. AI-powered drones for public health. One of the key innovations, water distribution, ensuring efficient usage and minimizing wastage in drought-prone region. AI-powered drones for public health. One of the key innovations we have adopted is using AI-enabled drones to control mosquito breeding, which is crucial in preventing vector-borne diseases. These drones efficiently spray disinfections and identify hotspots, ensuring public health safety. Digital traffic management system. AI-powered traffic monitoring system are helping to reduce congestion and improve safety by dynamically adjusting traffic signals based on real-time data. Digital payment solutions. Anantapur Municipal Corporation has also introduced digital payment and an online receipt system for municipal taxes such as property taxes, water bills, and other local charges. Citizens can now pay their dues through mobile apps and online portals, receiving digital receipts instantly. This system not only increases transparency and convenience, but also reduces the reliance on physical cash transaction, promoting financial inclusion. Y.S. Jagannath Reddy, the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, has been a strong proponent of introducing interactive flat panels in schools. He believes that IFPs can revolutionize the education sector by making learning more engaging, interactive, and fun for students. The introduction of IFPs is a part of Jagannath Reddy's broader vision to make Andhra Pradesh a leader in education technology and to prepare students for challenges of the digital age. Total transparency. Y.S. Jagannath Reddy, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, has introduced a secretariat system aimed at reducing corruption and increasing transparency. Key features of this system include total transparency, no human intervention, digital payments, real-time monitoring, accountability. This secretariat system aims to create a corruption-free environment, promoting good governance and citizen trust. Andhra Pradesh former Chief Minister Y. Jagannath Reddy distributed tabs to Class 8 students across the state. The tabs came equipped with AI-powered learning tools and were designed to help students improve the knowledge. This initiative aimed to support education and bridge the digital divide. Achievements and emergency response initiatives. The recent floods in Andhra Pradesh presently an opportunity to demonstrate the power of modern urban services. During the floods, drones were used not only for monitoring but also for delivering food and essential supplies to stranded people in remote areas. This innovative use of the drone technology ensured that the help reached those in need quickly and efficiently, saving lives and reducing suffering. Challenges in digital transformation. Of course, the journey to modernization comes with its own set of challenges. Infrastructure gaps. While digital infrastructure in urban areas like Anandpur is growing, expanding this way, these services to more rural and remote areas remains a challenge. Public awareness and literacy. Ensuring that citizens, especially in rural regions, understand and can use these new digital tools effectively is another key challenge. Public safety and citizen engagement. Anantapur, along with Andhra Pradesh, is committed to ensuring public safety through technology. We have launched several digital safety initiatives. Locked house monitoring system, a unique initiative by Andhra Pradesh Police. This system allows citizens to register locked homes for monitoring while they are away. With the help of the surveillance and AI-enabled cameras, the police can ensure the safety of these homes, reducing thefts and giving peace of mind to citizens. AI's role in future of urban services. Looking ahead, we believe that AI will continue to revolutionize how cities like Anantapur manage public services. AI-driven predictive analytics in public health will help monitor and prevent disease outbreaks. Robotic assistance and AI can be deployed in waste management, optimizing routes and reducing fuel consumption. AI-based platforms will allow us to fully integrate different urban services into a single ecosystem, ensuring seamless service delivery across sectors. Vision for the future. Our long-term vision is to create a fully digitalized city ecosystem where AI, big data, and IoT are integrated into all aspects of urban life. This includes open data platforms where citizens actively participate in shaping the future of their city by providing real-time feedback and contributing to urban problem solving. In conclusion, Anandpur city and Andhra Pradesh state are committed to leveraging modern technologies, including AI, drones, and IoT, to address the challenges of urbanization. By sharing our experience and learning from others, we hope collaborate with global leaders like you to build smarter, safer, and more sustainable cities. Thank you for the opportunity to share our initiatives, and I look forward to future discussions and participation. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Спасибо большое, господин.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Salima. May I hope that in the
Конечно же, повышение вовлеченности населения в цифровых сервисах и, соответственно, в том, чтобы
you would continue providing digital services so that you would continue permanently taking part in this. We are having a permanent participant of our event, the city of Ankara, the capital of Turkey, very large, modern megapolis. I'm telling my colleagues that one of my favorite cities of Turkish Republic. And the mayor of Ankara has twice been in Kazan, always with the head of foreign relations of the Department of Ankara Municipality, Mr. Ramazan Kabasakal, who is with us online. Hello, Mr. Kabasakal. Looking forward impatiently to hear what you will share with us now. Please.
Good afternoon, Chairperson. Good afternoon, everybody. I have a great pleasure and honor to convey the greeting of Mayor of Ankara, Mr. Mansur Yavaş, and 6 million people of Ankara. I try to share the screen. Can you see the screen now? Yeah. Actually, it's a great pleasure to have an invitation and thank you very much for the city of Kazan, His Excellency Mayor İlsur Meshin, and my very good friends, dear Evgenia Lodvigova. We still remember how beautiful city of Kazan for the especially for the Kazan Sabantoy last summer. Actually, I observed that there are many similarity for all cities about digitalization. For Ankara, as a big metropole with 6 million population, it is almost impossible to manage the big cities without digitalization. So it's essential that modern urban infrastructures and services are built, organized, and managed efficiently by combining city management with smart technology. As Ankara Metropolitan Municipality, we are strive to build the traditional urban master plans and embed the strategies of how planned physical infrastructure can be monitored and managed with simple technological solution. One of them is Municipal 4.0. With the Municipal 4.0s, our aims to enable young people to participate in the city administration and have to have a say by forming small groups in their own neighborhoods and districts. The new digital transformation era for the citizens of Ankara. All the citizens of Ankara, especially the young people, will be able to first determine the new project in their neighborhood, convey their ideas, suggestions, and requests instantly, participate in the decision-making process. Transparent Ankara projects. In the system designed for 724 online access, more than 300,000 data in 16 categories are processed on the map. Some of these categories are excavation work locations, rural services, population and demography, weather report, street by street authority borders, location of the construction works, social aids, city guide, bicycle path, nature and hiking roads, social campaigns, closed roads, culture and natural assets. Monitoring snow removal vehicles is one of the very innovative new project of Ankara municipalities. We have more than 1,400 snow removal vehicles, and when there is a instant snowfall, sometimes happen, the people can monitor on internet that their street or roads are cleaning, and then they can see even the road that if they want to go somewhere and the road is already cleaned or not. And not only help the people to control, but also the truck driver also is aware of that. If they don't do their work properly, then the municipal manager can observe them very easily. In this municipal 4.0 also we have a purple button for the especially women's. If the purple is a special interference design to eliminate the violence against women, to provide guidance to the women in need. And during the pandemic, especially stay-at-home button was so efficient. And online courses and trainings, educational cartoons and movies, art services, etc. are provided to people.
Спасибо вам большое.
Thank you very much, sir.
And my contribution. Thank you very much.
Спасибо. Всегда ждем в Казани. Спасибо за...
Thank you very much. We are always happy to have you in Kazan. Thank you very much for an overview of digital services that the wonderful city of Ankara is implementing for its citizens and guests. We are also now approaching the completion of our event here. It's always great that we are having people again and again for whom it's already a tradition to come and share their experience with the city and other participants of the Republic of Kazakhstan. And here I'm saying Deputy Mayor of the city of Tyumen, Director of the Department of Municipal Economy of the Administration of the city of Tyumen, who is a permanent participant of the conference, is here with us again to speak about what new is there in Tyumen over the course of last year.
Good afternoon, all participants of the round table. Of course, I'm very pleased and want to thank you for inviting me. We are trying not to miss it, and when there is a possibility to show something for such a broad audience, it is very important for us also to learn from our colleagues and to take or borrow best practices and adapt them to our city. That's why we are very pleased to be here in Kazan. We're always looking at the Kazan technologies as one of the best in Russian Federation, and try to catch up with them. We have also a small case which we have brought here. I would like to show it to you. There are a lot of various services, but we decided to choose 2 small services, which, as we think, are very interesting. And it took very little time to implement them. Can we please have the video? First, internal automation of our processes which are not noticeable for our residents. And then those services they use. For example, it's not a novelty to have an electronic appointment, and our children use the app to choose the menu and to see the timetable. In buses, you can charge your phone, and in the app, you can see where your bus is going. The city exists as a service. This year, we're doing active work in changing vectors of interaction with residents. Why did we decide to do that? Maybe we start understanding more clearly where we should go. The aim of the city services is to build a dialogue with residents, but it is very important that both sides can hear and listen to each other. That's why the app should be comfortable. Let's look at the model of app being active. Winters are very cold in Tyumen, and every year where there will be any news, and the administration publishes information on the side. The analytics gathered by the single dispatch service says that a number of calls related to this issue is growing, and the operators have an overload. This means that we didn't do anything properly. In this case, the active resident developed a Telegram channel where we place the information about the weather and when the studies will be cancelled. You should go where the audience is and not vice versa. Having listened to our residents, we decided to work this out in the education of the school children. But to place the information only on the official site of the administration, specialists make 8 actions twice a day. And every day it takes 1 hour. So more than 20 hours a month. To automate this process, we developed a model based on the 1S, which develops interaction between the power bodies and publishing the information in social media. Today it takes just 2 minutes. And now those residents who would like to get the information by phone, we taught the virtual helper whether there will be some changes in the weather forecast or not. We do not stop on that. We're also integrated it into My School platform. That's how we optimize the process and get the source of giving information to the residents. The project has been implemented by the Single Center of Operational Response. This example shows how the internal service service help to establish the information provided to the residents. But there are services which must be accumulated at our services. Now we are going to the second case, which consists of two large-scale projects. We can consider them separately, but we will not get the effect which we get with their combined use. First project is Two Men, Our House. There is a site and a mobile app. It exists for more than 10 years and is aimed at interaction with the residents. The mobile app, Two Men is Our House, is a tool which makes it possible for active people to knock to the power bodies and to solve the current problems of the city economy. A comfortable interface proposes the topics. You can also attach the photo in the real-time mode and leave a comment. Moreover, all residents can see the requests which come through the service. They are reflected on the map of the city. You can also see the solution of the request. That's why, getting the feedback from the city residents, we can respond to their problems. This is our internal service, electronic property complex, which was launched this year. And this system already covers a wide range of issues which go through the Two Men, Our House. So the request comes to the system, and then there is a well-coordinated mechanism, and the implementation time decreased from 2 days to 3 hours. One of them is one of the functional tasks of the system. Operational response about implementation through mobile, decrease of the chain from the customer to the contractor, and then the description, fixation of the implementation of the request. You can attach the photo only having made it in the app. This eliminates the replacement of all fake photos. Moreover, this system makes it possible to monitor the automatic monitoring of the formation and assignment of land plots, change of their boundaries, and revealing the white places or white spots, optimization and register of evacuation processes, control of technical vehicles of customers' organizations by integrating them with the regional information system graders, control localization of non-stationary trading facilities, control of advertising placement, formation and picturing of the current information of the city economy, with the possibility to show several layers, makes it possible to have the passport of the facility. The system works for optimization and improvement of the block work. Later, we are going to adapt the system with the operational helper and for exchange the data of resource organizations. The complex is developed on the domestic software, and the possibility of scaling up, the flexibility of setting, makes it universal. Some indicators into the electronic property system can be seen on the screen. So let's summarize. Can we judge the efficiency of the services? Of course, yes. Today we have hundreds of happy users which can fulfill their functions quickly, and residents which can get operational response from the power bodies. Thank you for your attention. Remarkable. So you brought the video and said, please watch it. Thank you for coming. We're happy to see you. We have a very picturesque city which I haven't been to when I was in Iran. It is the city of Shiraz. It is a city with a millennia history, and you know it by the Shiraz wine, grapes. Now we are speaking about the city digital services and how they help people to live in these wonderful cities. Let's listen to the mayor of Shiraz, Asadi Mohammad Sassan. In the name of the God, dear audience, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, please accept my sincere welcome from the historical city of Shiraz. I am very pleased that by this video address, I am present at the City Roundtable of the 5th International Conference, Kazan Digital Week. I am also grateful to organizers of this event, especially to the Mayor's Office of Kazan and highly esteemed Mayor, Mr. Ilsur Merchant, for sincere invitation and a possibility to share my experience of Shiraz. Modern city services include a broad range of infrastructure, technologies, and systems. The municipality of Shiraz, these services are provided at different levels in such spheres as technologies of smart city, waste disposal, safety, management, energy consumption, public and emergency services, e-management, city planning and development, as well as education. Technical infrastructure problems, limitation of financial resources, problems related to confidentiality and safety of the data, public acknowledgement and participation, regular and political barriers, technical and professional demands and coordination between departments are the most important barriers and problems which stand on the way of development and provision of integration of various services in the form of a single ecosystem. And as a concrete practical measure, I would like to mention briefly use of technologies in management of construction information and modeling in the municipality of Shiraz, taking into account the necessity of developing stable, reliable buildings and infrastructure aimed at increasing the productivity and quality. Prosperity of the construction branch made a roadmap of the increasing the capacity of the construction based on the BIM technologies, with participation of all stakeholders. This map covers 5 main directions: leadership and participation, modification and documents, management of the standards, infrastructures and operational framework, and an opportunities of others. This map, all plans are the basis for preparing the maps and technical documents for construction sites or facilities or with the infrastructure. Communication with stakeholders in construction site, increase the quality of high buildings and public buildings, development of the model of forecast risks or demolishing, developing of opportunity of assessment of a number of amount of energy used by the buildings and their effect on the environment. The process of construction is one of the benefits of implementation. We hope that using this roadmap and plans of its implementation, more and more specialists will be able to get necessary knowledge for implementation of BEAM programs during the whole life cycle of their projects. And the construction branch of Shiraz will witness the better prosperity and quality in all its aspects. We expect that due to use of the policy and executive decisions by 2030, new BEAM technology will be completely used in all buildings. In conclusion, I once again thank for the opportunity for Shiraz to make a presentation to share our experiences, and I wish you good health and success. Be healthy. Thank you, Mr. Asadzi, for having told us about the processes which are happening in such a wonderful city of Shiraz. I think that, Evgenia Anatolyevna, we should summarize the results. And if I may, I have a conclusion which shaped in my mind already as a journalist, because I am working from the side, and sometimes I am submerged into it. So there is a competition for development of the comfortable city environment, and all cities are not competing, but showing their best practices, what they can do in their city for those people who live in them. Well, but soon the cities will compete among themselves for people who will pay attention to the city environment and using the level of mobility which we are living in. It will not be very difficult for a person just to move to other city. This is the future which futurologists are giving us. I think that this time has come already. If you want to cajole people from other cities, it is just a normal practice. This time we were in Ufa. They were celebrating 450 years just last week, and they said that Kazan is trying to cajole stuff from Ufa, and Moscow is cajoling people from Kazan. Yes, smart city is great. And it is a very big and complex work to build it. First of all, I would like to thank all the people who could come here in person and those who could join us online. Dmitry, I thank you very much for being a moderator. Many years you have been helping us. And I would like just to add, my colleague spoke about Association of BRIC cities. I think that within the framework of BRIC city associations, to organize a conference of BRIC Smart City, we will speak about that, and we will propose in the nearest future, as Ilsur Raisovich is the president of the BRIC Smart Cities. And of course, I would like to express my gratitude to our consuls who always come to us, who support us by their presence. Thank you so much, colleagues. Thank you. All of you, thank you. Have a wonderful impressions from the best weather in a remarkable city of Kazan.